Hi guys, so I'm back, your host Peter Long, and today's video I'm going to be talking about 10 animes that I recommend every fan should watch. Now I know this is pretty subjective, right? But I decided to tackle this because I always get those kind of questions where people are asking me like, hey, what kind of anime do you recommend? What do you think I should watch? And they're asking me all this and I'm like, dude, I have no idea, bro. You shouldn't be looking at me. But I have watched a lot of anime in my day, and what I can ascertain is that the ones that really catch my eye, these 10, I think they would catch anyone else's because they just appear so, like, timeless, in the sense that anyone would find these ones interesting. So without further ado, let's go on to number 10. So number 10, I'm going to start off with the newbies first. And that's a 2010 anime called Hamatora. And Hamatora is all about this band of superhero geeks that have amazing mutant powers. It's like DC Marvel Universe, so what's not to love? It's a short series. I think they have 2 seasons, 24 episodes. So if you like short series with a little bit of plot line but nothing too in depth, then I'm sure you would like blowing up buildings and beating people down into the dirt and whatnot. You know, classic typical violence, right? So number 9, we're gonna go with 91 Days. And 91 Days is all about this kid who loses his family to some gangsters. And now this kid, I think his name's like Emilio. And Emilio is he sees his parents die in front of him. And what happens is he's so bent upon revenge, he makes it his lifelong goal to insert himself into the mafia and, corrupt the ranks from within. Pretty intriguing. This one's also a pretty short series with 12 episodes, and I think they had 1 or 2 OVAs. So definitely go check that out if you like gangsters, mobsters, and, those pa-ta-ta-ta-ta. Grabbing some of that action, say. Number 8, we're going to go with Ore Monogatari. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some shit for this because I'm giving myself some too. But basically, it's about this giant in high school. His name's Takeo. And Takeo's never had like a romance before. And he's kind of like an aloof guy. But he's popular because he's so nice, and he's part of the sports faction in his school. And basically, it's just about how he meets his first love in school. Like those last, right? No spoilers, but I think it's very entertaining, touching, and hilarious. So I think it's worth a watch. I believe it's like 24 episodes. Is what, 26 maybe? 26 episodes. And fun fact, that used to be how old anime used to categorize their seasons. They would split their season between 13 episodes per, and usually you would see an average anime go for around 52 episodes. But anyway, I'm rambling, going on number 6. 7. That will be No Game No Life. And I first got wind of No Game No Life when a friend recommended it to me, and I kind of gave him shit for it because I was like, dude, like all the rest that you like recommended, like Blue Exorcist, nah, dude, they ain't gonna cut it, not around here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give you the best of content. And No Game No Life is certainly up there because, especially with the new release of No Game No Life Zero I think it was last year. I might be wrong on that, but I believe it was last year. That is the prequel, but No Game No Life is very interesting. It takes place in an alternate world where brother and sister Sora and Shiro get to travel after they basically reign as gaming champions in the real world. So from that, they get transported to a different world where it's run. The rules of that world, that different world, are run by games, and you must follow them and just do your best. And they basically crush the game, man. So go check it out. Number 6. Now we're getting serious because I didn't mess this one up. This one's Erased, or also known as Boku Dake ga Inai Machi. Oh man, dude, what can I say about this one, son? Live action was shit, but son, oh fuck, baby. If you like Black Mirror, dude, Black Mirror is like a shittier Erased. You know what I'm saying? And Black Mirror's got like the best of it. I'm like, how is this even possible? Okay, Boku Dake ga Inai Machi is like, it's like a sci-fi thriller. And what happens is the main character, Satoru, he's like a 26-year-old mangaka artist. And he's basically making a living by delivering pizzas. So what happens one day is like, he's with his mom and he gets this flashback. And whenever he gets this flashback, it turns into reality. And he rewinds a couple seconds. And when he does so, he has to figure out what's wrong with this scenario as to why he has just rewinded back in time. And shit, I'm getting emotional right now as I talk about it. But so he does that a couple times, and for sure, it's fucking amazing. Go check it out. So that concludes our newbies, our top 5 newbies, and now with our top 5 oldies. These are classic, the timeless, the ones that give anime their fan base, the TV shows that got revivals in the new era from the 2010 onwards. Shit, it's 2019 now. We're almost out of that. We got to come up with some new ones, son. We can't just keep banking on the veterans forever. But without further ado, we're going number 5. That's gonna be Rurouni Kenshin. Man, made in 1995, dude. That shit, that anime is so romantic. That's all I gotta say about that, you know? So, Rurouni Kenshin takes place, I say it's after the feudal era. After the feudal era into the Meiji government. And I always say that if you can think about Rurouni Kenshin as the Romanticism period after the feudal era, I think that's a perfect explanation. And you follow Kenshin Himura, a wandering samurai, who's basically like the guy who's killed the most people out of the Meiji War. And this guy just crushes it, but he turns a new leaf, or at least he's trying to, with the Meiji government, and he's just wandering around helping people. It's really touching. So now we're going into number 4, going to the Y2Ks, baby. We got Bleach. Man, who hasn't heard of that, son? Bleach, you talking about bleaching your ass? You talking about bleaching your hair? Talking about them hot? No, man. I'm talking about Ichigo Kurosaki. Alright? Wow. Who doesn't like going around leading a double life, swinging around a sword? That shit's crazy, man. I rewatched it recently because it's on Netflix. And I watched up to the Soul Society arc, and I'm like, damn! They were crushing it from like every step of the way. I don't know how, I don't want to spoil it, but for anyone who hasn't really watched it, or the new people who haven't, but I'm like, damn, from the beginning to the end, where did they go wrong? But regardless of how it ended, I still think Bleach is up there because it is very good in capturing an underdog. And I really like those in anime. So, without further ado, going on to number 3. 3 is going to be Hunter x Hunter. Man, I love me some Togashi anime, you know what I'm saying? So, Hunter x Hunter, I know they made a 99 series, and I watched that. I'm thinking about the flashbacks into the 99's Greed Island, and I'm like, damn. That's back when I thought card games were the shit, you know? So I'm thinking about that, but the 2011 remake of Hunter, fucking phenomenal. I can't really, I mean, just look it up on Wikipedia. I mean, the storyline through Hunter is amazing and unique because I always say, I think everyone wants fast anime, and what happens is Hunter has that type of storyline that takes a little while to build, but for some reason it encapsulates a whole audience from the veterans to newcomers. Everyone just seems to enjoy Hunter, so definitely check it out. Okay, and bringing me to number 2, that's gonna be Yu Yu Hakusho. Bang, son. Also another series made by Togashi. This was prior to Hunter, and actually Yu Yu Hakusho got a 2009 or 18 OVA. So I couldn't even believe it. That made me smile. And Yu Yu Hakusho, you follow Yusuke Urameshi, like a 12-year-old, I think. And Japan has some like fucked up middle school, high school scenarios. So this guy's in like, I think he might be in high school, like first year of high school or some shit, 12-year-old. And this guy's a fucking thug. He just goes around like wailing on people. And one day he dies, and he gets a second chance at life, killing demons, saving the world. What's not to love, son? Check it out. It's a fucking hitter. And number 1, I believe this is the best anime of all time. I love it so much. Near and dear to my heart. Very emotional. Full Metal Alchemist. And I say Full Metal Alchemist. Dude, come on. Alchemist was good. Alchemist Brotherhood. Both amazing. It's the name that counts, you know? Both of them. Wow. Fucking pieces of art right there. Who could ever be an anime fan without watching these two, man? You follow Edward Elric, and his younger brother, and they basically give up their limbs to go save their mom, because they seen their mom pass away, and now they're just in life trying to figure out who they are and what they got to do to get their bodies back. Now Edward joins the military because he needs some firepower, you know, he needs some action. You got to start somewhere. And that's where he goes until he realizes that doing that's going to change his life forever. Shit's rough, man. Now I'm getting a little teary-eyed and shit, but this is my life. And speaking of my life, all of these animes right here, they all got live actions, or they've all had revivals. Number 8 from number 10 from Ore Monogatari to Fullmetal Alchemist. They've all got live actions. They've all got revivals. They've all got new OVAs. These are the classics that get extra content. Now, keep in mind, extra content doesn't mean that that the extra content is going to be good. But what it does mean is that there are enough people to push forward for more content into giving us more of what we already want. So that's what most of my list comprises of. And I feel any anime fan who doesn't watch any of these is missing out greatly. So thank you for watching this far. If you enjoy the content that I do, please like the video and subscribe. It's a growing channel, and I intend to put out at least one video per week commentating on like anime, reviews, recommendations. We're going to shit talk with some of my friends and whatnot. And for comedy, maybe I'll do some open mics. I'll do some skits, throw some memes in there. You know, just have fun with the channel. So I don't want to ramble on too long. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.